A new day bleeds red across the sky, but there is no warmth in its light. For above the screaming forest, the black ship hovers, a silent, motionless void against the dawn. Its shadow ripples across the forest floor, twisting the trees into unnatural, tormented shapes. Down below, through a swirling, grasping fog, a scouting party creeps forward. The distant screams of the forest echo around them, not like birds or beasts, but like tortured wind, a chorus of despair. On a nearby ridge, the Baron stands, his cape fluttering in an unseen breeze. He watches the black ship, mesmerized as it pulses with a black, hungry light. His soldiers march beneath the twitching, living limbs of the ancient trees, their torches raised against a darkness that feels absolute. They are an island of fleeting light in an ocean of shadow. One of his knights, brave or perhaps foolish, approaches a massive, gnarled tree. Its trunk is a monument to horror, carved with hundreds of silently screaming faces, each one a trapped soul. From the belly of the ship, tendrils of pure shadow uncurl, slithering downward into the trembling canopy. The ground itself vibrates with a deep, resonant hum that makes the leaves tremble and the soldiers' teeth ache. The fog swirls violently, and in its flickering bursts, spectral apparitions drift between the trees, their forms indistinct and terrifying. Horses scream, their eyes wide with terror, refusing to move as the forest shudders with unseen movement. The Baron's mage frantically draws runes in the air, glowing crimson sigils that offer a fragile shield against the encroaching spirits of this cursed wood. Suddenly, a monstrous shape charges from the mist. Rangers raise their crossbows, bolts loosed into the gloom. But the path ahead splits open like a raw wound, and thick black vines spill forth, writhing like serpents. They stumble upon an abandoned campsite. Tents hang in shredded ribbons, and clothes, strangely bloodless, sway from the branches like macabre decorations. High above, perched in the treetops, a watcher observes the black ship, its glowing green eyes betraying a silent, ancient intelligence. A burst of blue witchfire erupts nearby, a desperate ritual gone horribly wrong. The screams that follow are chillingly human. The black ship slowly rotates, revealing an obsidian gate carved with shifting, maddening patterns that seem to mock the eye. The very air grows cold as the forest begins screaming in a symphony of voices, each one filled with its own unique agony. A hooded ranger kneels, examining tracks that twist impossibly before vanishing into pure shadow. What hunts here is not of this world. From the swirling mist emerges a massive stag, its antlers made of bleached bone, its eyes glowing with a sickly green light. It is a king of this rotten domain. The Baron's banner, a symbol of defiance, snaps violently in a gust of unnatural wind. The black ship answers, firing a silent beam of darkness that extinguishes all light it touches, plunging a section of the forest into a terrifying, absolute black. A spectral wolf pack circles the scouting party, their paws never touching the ground, their silent howls felt only in the soul. The ship's hull pulses like a monstrous heartbeat, releasing waves of black mist that drift down like corrupted snow. A knight cries out as glowing sigils burn themselves onto his armor from some unseen contact. The Baron orders his troops forward, his voice a desperate command against the chorus of whispers that now seem to speak their very names. They pass a shattered wagon covered in claw marks far too large for any known creature. A dying tree erupts, not with fire, but with a swarm of shrieking shadow creatures that blot out the torchlight. The forest rain begins to fall, but it is not water. It is a thick black tar that sizzles where it lands. Soldiers raise their shields, but the darkness is relentless. Beneath the ship, a swirling portal of shadow opens, tugging at the treetops, pulling the very forest into its vortex. A lone mage holds up his glowing staff, a flickering beacon that barely keeps the encroaching darkness at bay. They find a clearing where time itself seems frozen, leaves suspended midair, silent echoes of a moment trapped in horror. Then, the Baron's lieutenant gasps, stumbling back, his face pale. A tree, he whispers, just spoke his childhood nightmares. As fear turns to panic, the black ship summons a storm of swirling black feathers that cut like razors. The ground splits, revealing glowing runes buried deep within the soil. Spiked anchor tendrils deploy from the ship, plunging into the earth with sickening force, claiming the land. A massive tree rises on its roots, becoming a walking giant of wood and rage. The Baron grips his sword, his knuckles white as the forest's screams surge in volume, becoming a singular deafening roar. A chasm opens beneath the scouting party, a faint purple light glowing from its depths. Knights collapse as spectral roots coil around their legs, dragging them down. The ship absorbs all ambient light, and the world dims. A ghost child appears on a boulder, staring with blank, empty eyes. Finally, the black ship rises, ascending slowly as the entire forest, every tree, every spirit, every shadow screams in one final, terrifying unison. The gate on its hull glows, not with light, but with the promise of cosmic darkness, an invitation, or a final warning. Thank you for watching. If you were captivated by this descent into darkness, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow for more tales from the edge of reality.